Hello and welcome back to the Sunken Submarine.
We're back.
Week 5,
and
baby.
we're strong.
So, David, how was your week this week?
I'm David Kindle, and this is...
I apologize. David,
This is
Sammy?
Sammy.
Yeah.
So, I am good. Watched the Grammys. That was a pretty big deal.
True. That was probably the biggest thing that happened in music this week, I would say.
Went to a concert with my good friend, you.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of weird seeing you more than once in a week. I felt like I didn't... It was funny. I woke up this morning and I went, man, like, David and I never really talked all week this week. Normally, you and I text each other constantly.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, we did see each other more than once this week, which is very rare. That does not happen normally.
Which is weird because we used to, but...
Oh, I know. So, anyways, we went to a concert. Do you want to talk about it now, or do you want to do it just in, like, its the next little segment?
We'll talk about it in a second, but it was...
All right.
It was great. It was Bryce Vine. I'll just say it now.
Yeah, it was Bryce Vine. And then
Kid Quill.
Kid Quill opened for him, and then they had another band open for them.
7715.
Yeah, I think so. It was cool. It was a very small venue. Good time though.
Yeah.
So the agenda for this week is going to be, we're going to talk about the concert. Then we're going to go into news. Then we're going to go in our top 5. This week's top 5 is top 5 current country artists. So people that are still making music, alive and well, making country music. Then we're going to go into our singles. We have a ton, so we're probably just going to briefly touch on a lot of them because there's a lot. And then there may be some that we don't even touch on, so feel free to check those out. Then we got a couple albums released this week, a couple personal ones that we both really like, I think. And then we had music videos, and then we're going to close this off with our song recommendations and our outro. So, David, it's another bad day, though. It's another day closer to 14,000.
For what? 14,000 what?
Without John Lennon. It's 13,949 days. Can you believe that?
Even though we talk about it every week, no.
It's like another day.
No, I can't.
Without him.
We heard on the radio, Imagine today on the radio, and it was like, man, this seems so dated now. I mean, it's still his voice is still pristine and beautiful, but like
it's still the voice of God there, but man. It's just this soft, tender. Imagine all the people.
They would be happier if he was still here.
Exactly.
Everybody. All right, our next section is jumping into the news for this week. We're going to put in our concert experience in with this as well, too.
And we didn't create a slide this week just because, we're just touching on some news and going mainly on kind of our experiences as well. So that's kind of what we're going off of here. So, and so we're just keeping up the main slide here.
Nice haircut. Looks good. I like it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Did I get that after or before or after the concert?
I'm not sure.
Huh.
But the YouTube viewers are in for a treat. Looks good.
Hey.
So we went to Columbus to this little place called Scully's Music Diner. First of all, I thought the venue was pretty cool. Real low key.
I mean, it's a diner, literally. With bar, and they just have this nice little, nice little stage up front, and you just go and watch.
Liquor bottles in the back, stage up front, and
it was kind of cool. I liked it. I liked it. Smaller venue, very small. I mean, we were packed in there like sardines. Say there was 400 people, 500 people there.
I would say 1,000. I would bet.
They sold out the place.
Yeah,
I found that out. I did a little research the next day, and because remember when we were walking in, and they were selling tickets at the door still. And David and I were stunned. We're like, "Are you kidding me?" Well, they ended up selling out all their tickets.
I'm shocked because Bryce Vine is. You ask your typical person, they know who Bryce Vine is.
Usually they don't know who it is until they look him up and listen to Drew Barrymore, and they're like, "Oh, I love this song," and you're like, "Okay, all right." So, so it was pretty cool. From the opener, I thought, Initially, I was a little skeptical because it just looked like a bunch of groupies up on stage or whatever, and I was pleasantly surprised. They all knew how to sing. They all had voices. They all knew how to play an instrument. It was cool.
Yeah, there was like 5 people in the band, and 4 of them were really good at singing.
Yeah. And, like, some of them didn't even look like they'd be good at singing. Like, they just looked like these guys that they just picked up off the streets.
The kid next to me at the concert was like, I had no idea that country guy could sing. Because he just assumed the guy looked country just by his look. I don't know.
So, yeah, and then we went to Kid Quill. And you and I both took video of this. He comes out into the crowd. It was his last song, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was his last song.
And it's called The Opener, and he basically came walking out into the crowd. That was really cool. I was not expecting that.
Not only did he walk out into the crowd, but he walked up to Sammy and I.
Pretty
Sammy
much,
and
yeah.
I were, there was nobody in between him and Sammy and I.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And what was really cool was watching everybody just kind of, like parting the Red Sea, everybody just kind of moved out of the way for him, and wherever he wanted to go, he could go. Right. It was really cool. I like that. It was personable. It was personable with the fan base. I like it.
I'm just the opener. Just the opener.
Just the opener.
You guys all paid to see the other guy, and you don't know who I am, because I'm just the opener. But yet it was still like, he just seemed so genuine.
Yeah, he really did.
Humble.
He seemed humble. He seemed like he was really honored to be there. That's the best way to describe that.
So what did you think of the main performance then?
All right, so Bryce Vine comes out, and it was nice knowing like all of his songs. It's weird because his personality is just like his songs. Like, he's constantly smiling. He's got his hands everywhere. He's just singing. He's just doing him, and I loved that. I thought that was really cool, that his songs were kind of reflective of his personality. I like artists that do that. There was a part in the concert. I always say, this always happens to me in concerts where like something happens out of body where I'm watching myself and I'm like, oh, that was really cool, right? And there was this part of the concert where he goes, I'm going to sing a song off my new album. I haven't released the album yet. It will be coming out this summer, da-da-da-da-da, right? And he starts singing this song, and I looked at the guy next to me, and he starts singing along with him, like he knew the words. And I start looking around, and people knew the words to this song. I did not, right? But people knew the words to this song. And all of a sudden, you see him take his earpiece out because he hears, feedback. He takes his earpiece out, and he just goes, "No way." Like that, like he said that. Like,
yeah, he did.
No way. Like, he was stunned that everybody in that room, pretty much everybody, knew that song already. And he hadn't even, like, I'm assuming it was leaked somewhere or whatever, but it was, and that was like, to me, that was awesome to see because he was genuinely happy. He was so happy that
so happy.
Everybody there
whole
knew
time.
his stuff.
Yeah, that was neat.
So anyways, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I enjoyed it. For like a startup venue, that was perfect. And I think you couldn't do much more with that small of a stage.
I don't know. I think he did a fantastic job with it too, because like you said, he's all over the place. He would kind of act out his songs a little bit. I think it was a song called like Gunner, where he's doing like, he goes like, shots fired, and he puts his hands over his eyes like he's looking for someone who's shooting in the crowd. Just random things that just keep it exciting and going on.
Yeah.
And there were a few other people. There was like a drummer, right?
Yeah.
And then there was a DJ.
He had a drummer, a DJ, and then there was like someone else. I don't know who it was though. He was all over the stage.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. It made me love his music because he's not up there. Some people go up on stage and you just see their ego, and that's not what I saw with him. I just saw him having a good time. And
I agree with that. And then the other thing I also kind of realized was I was surprised with how much real instrumental is in his music. Like, I just thought it was more stuff behind the computer, right? And then I was watching, and I mean, there's a guitar, there's a trumpet, there's the real drums. I wouldn't have thought that. I wouldn't have thought that for a second. So that was kind of cool to see live.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, I enjoyed it. Good venue, good
So did I.
place.
It was a
Really
good
good
time.
crowd. Really good crowd.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it was fun.
Yep. All right. So the next news we got is the Grammys were released this week. Well, yeah.
The winners were announced.
It was
And
presented.
presented.
The award show was on. I'm going to be 100% real with you. I was very surprised with who I thought my favorite performance was.
Who is that?
I was so pleased with Jennifer Lopez's performance.
Really? Do you like her?
No, I hate her.
I didn't think you did.
I hate her. And I thought she had the best performance out of everyone. I loved it. I was so about it.
Was it because of her, or was it because of all the people who joined in with her?
A little bit of both. And it was also like a tribute type thing.
Yeah, because she won an award, right?
Yeah, and it was a tribute concert, I guess. But I was stunned with how she was moving, her voice, and she was keeping up with the dancers. And you know, normally you do one or the other. You dance, you're a performer, or you sing, right?
Right.
And she was killing it. She did both, and it was just, I was pleasantly surprised. For a 45-year-old woman, I think she's 45. You don't fact check me on that, but for how old she is, she can move and she could still sing, and she was just killing it. I don't like her. I don't like her. It kills me to say that about her. So, best performance easily.
Yeah, some of the things that I enjoyed were watching Post Malone with the Chili Peppers. That was pretty entertaining. And of course, lead singer of the Chili Peppers took his shirt off, like always.
Super Bowl, baby.
One that I was really looking forward to watching was Lady Gaga's Star Is Born. Shallows performance was really caught me off guard. It was
so different.
It was a Lady Gaga performance. It was not a performance of the character from A Star Is Born.
Yes.
And it was odd.
It was a little weird.
But she's got a lot of energy behind what she does, and I still enjoyed watching her be weird. She does it well.
Actual awards. Any surprise you? Anything, out of the ordinary?
I was completely surprised by Album of the Year in a very solid way.
I agree with that. Initially we kind of talked about this a little briefly, but I know initially I thought obviously Post Malone would win just because that was my favorite album of the year. But to come to find out that a country artist
who's not even the most popular, I mean, you could say they might have been the most popular album of this year, but I don't know if it was.
I don't know. I was pleasantly surprised by that.
Just watching her receive it. In a million years, she didn't expect to even be on the nominations. To have won that, I've never been so happy just watching someone's reaction to winning something.
Oh, and it was so genuine. It was just, she couldn't believe it.
It was
she
awesome.
Couldn't believe it.
I think one that surprised me, and this might just be not knowing certain parts of music, but I have never heard of her, H-E-R.
Neither did I, and I went back and listened to the album.
She won a lot.
I know.
She won several different things.
I went back and listened to her album afterwards, and I loved it.
It's not bad. It's pretty mellow music. Pretty.
Yeah, I mean it's R&B.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I've never heard of her either until the Grammys, and I was like, man, I really got to look this girl up. She's winning everything. So I went and looked her up, listened to the album, and I was like, oh, okay, I kind of get where they're coming from. This is really good.
I don't know if I like that she
crisp.
always keeps on her sunglasses. I know that's kind of like her thing, but it's a little weird. Other big moments were Dolly Parton with Miley Cyrus and all the other country artists.
I saw that like on news. I didn't actually watch that part.
Yeah, it was actually. I think of Dolly Parton as kind of like a fake artist in a lot of ways. She's not. It was actually a very good performance. I was pleasantly surprised by that as well. I don't know why I think of her that way. It might be the whole like Dollywood and the whole
I'm sure that's what it is.
Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
Absolutely loves her, all that kind of stuff. But yeah. What did you think about the Song of the Year pick?
Who won it again?
I think that was This Is America, right?
Oh, was it? I thought that won music video. Let's look it up.
Let's look up a list of Grammys nominations and winners. Because the thing about Donald Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino, is he won 2 awards. One being, I'm pretty sure, Song of the Year, and the other being, like, Best Music Video. And he wasn't there. He didn't show up. He's the only person in the history...
Why didn't he come?
I believe he didn't come because he disagrees with the politics of the Grammys. I think it was more of a political thing. Like, he doesn't agree with some of the stances of the people. That was my understanding.
Okay.
I mean, he is a very busy guy, but no one's ever not showed up for winning, that.
I just know I love him. You know that. So he was like my role model as a kid. And, I don't know. I'm happy he won, especially for music video. I mean, This Is America. Nobody was expecting that.
Record of the year.
Especially after he announced he was not going to be making music anymore. And then he dropped something like that. That was an eye-opener. So.
I thought I Like It was going to win. The ones for Record of the Year were I Like It, The Joke, This Is America, God's Plan, Shallow, All the Stars, Rockstar, and The Middle. I thought that Rockstar had a chance too.
I think Rockstar, I was surprised that didn't win. Just because it was, I mean, theoretically that was like Song of the Year, not necessarily voted for by the Academy, but plays-wise.
Yeah, he won Record of the Year and Song of the Year. What is the difference? This Is America won both of those, but I don't know what the difference is.
Record and Song of the Year, yeah. I don't know.
Interesting.
Record probably a one-hit song? One song? Single?
Oh, I think that's exactly what it is, because this says single.
Yeah.
Interesting. I bet whoever wins one probably wins the other most of the time then. I'd have to look back
Maybe.
at that.
I don't know. That would be an interesting thing to find out.
Best New Artist, Dua Lipa. Very interesting.
I could agree with that though. I could attest to that. I don't like her, but I get why she won.
Shallow won Best Pop Duo Group Performance.
That didn't surprise me at all.
No, not at all. Sweetener won Best Pop Vocal Album. That was interesting to me. I thought Camila Cabello's would. Sweetener by Ariana Grande.
Yeah, Ariana Grande.
So, anyways, do you have anything else you want to add to this?
No, that's pretty much all I got.
There was some controversy over this that people thought that they cut out Drake because he's been not going to some of the Grammys the past few years, even though he's been winning, because he thinks it's stupid to give out awards for music. He thinks that if people are listening to your music, then you should already be rewarded by that. And so this year, that's what he came up on stage and said, and they cut him off about halfway through it. Now, that's what it looked like. A bunch of people, called him out and said, "What are you doing?" And the Grammys, or whoever hosts this, responded and said, "We didn't cut him off." And Drake said, "You're right, I was done." And that controversy was put to rest.
Interesting. I know the other thing I read was that, XXS Tentacion got snubbed as well. They didn't talk about him or anything.
Yeah?
So that's the other thing that I read. I don't know.
Why do you think that happened?
not the greatest of influence of people. So you shouldn't talk about them.
Gotcha.
That's where I sit on it.
That's just your guess.
Yeah, that's my guess. I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know.
A lot of people are upset for, I think it was for Album of the Year, because Mac Miller was on the nominations and Cardi B ended up winning, but they like invited Mac Miller's parents to come to the event. And Ariana Grande actually tweeted something out about like, she like, oh my God, they invited his parents. No, like all upset about it because they showed up only to watch him lose.
I mean, that's only the right thing to do, though, is invite family or parents or whatever. You're up for the award. That doesn't mean you won the award.
Right. But it's still...
It's an honor to be nominated for a Grammy, let alone win one.
I still feel why someone might be upset by that, or why that would feel kind of upsetting.
I guess.
And then the last thing that we have here in the news, which is unbelievable. I mean, this is unbelievable. Ja Rule was asked in an interview if he was considering doing a second Fire Festival. Ja Rule was a big part of the original Fire Festival that was the complete failure. We talked about it in previous documentaries. And he is said that he is willing to... He has a new app that is pretty much the same as the Fire app, slightly different. It's a different team working on it. And he is willing to promote it again with another major festival with huge artists.
How many times does it take for the one guy to fail?
It's the scam of the century.
And the guy keeps getting off scot-free.
And this guy is about to throw another big party because of the fame of how big of a scam this was. I can't believe it.
Unbelievable.
I hope it works out. Let's go.
I'm not buying a ticket. I will not buy a ticket until 3 years down the road when they're a well-made business and a festival.
You're no fun. You got to take risks in life.
Not for this one. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me, can't get fooled again. All right, so the next segment we have is our top 5 this week. So this week, our top 5 is just a bit different. It's going to be our top 5 current country artists. So not only like current, like making music, but also just like currently who is our favorite artists in country. When I tune into Spotify, what do I listen to when I go into country?
It's a nice shirt. I like that. Looks good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I like your shirt as well.
Thank you.
So I'll kick us off. I'll start off with my number 5. My number 5 is Blake Shelton. He's the first person I click into.
Really? First person of all 5?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
All right,
He's the 5th person, technically.
Interesting.
I don't know. I just like him. I've always liked Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
I've liked the music he puts out. His most recent album, it's okay, but everything else that he has out there,
I love Blake.
So.
Yeah, Blake's fantastic. Yeah. Awesome. Good choice.
All right, what's your 5th?
Mine is probably, I didn't exactly do this as like a today thing, what I would look up, but maybe I did. This one is the first country concert I went to, and I will always hold a special place in my heart, which is, go ahead and say it. You're about to say something.
Is it Brad Paisley?
Yes, it is.
I knew it. I knew that. I knew he was going to end up on your list. I just didn't know where.
Yeah, he's at 5 because I haven't listened to him as much lately, but I started to listen to him again because I didn't listen to him for like years, and I went back to his old stuff. It is good.
It's good?
It's really good.
You know,
he's a dying artist that used to make some of the best music of all time.
If you play any of his music to me, I won't know any of it. None of it.
I bet you'd be a little
surprised.
surprised.
Know maybe his top 2 or 3 songs.
I bet you know his top 5 or 6.
You've done it before, and I don't know him.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So that's somebody I need to start listening to more.
All right. Well, I'm going to jump on to my next one up the list. which I'm going to give to Thomas Rhett.
I almost put him as well there, so I'm glad I didn't. I was very close to putting him on my list, and then I went, nah.
Because it's not current, or why?
No, well, right now, if I turn on country, I'm not going to turn on Thomas Rhett. If you asked me over the summer, he probably would have been my number one. So.
Yeah, I mostly listen to country.
Have you seen
in
him
the
live
summer.
yet?
Never.
You got to see him live. He's such a crowd pleaser. I love it. Oh, I love it.
In what way?
He'll just do things with the crowd. So, for example,
like
somebody was holding up a sign that said "Happy Birthday" or "It's my birthday" or something like that, and he just stopped his performance. I'm sure his higher ups don't like when he does this. He stopped the performance and just had the whole crowd and him sing "Happy Birthday" to whoever's birthday it was.
That's crazy.
And then that's stuff that's not planned. It's just on a whim. Hey, let's do this.
But imagine that's your birthday.
Another one was holding up a sign that said, "We decided to come to this concert instead of going on our honeymoon. We just got married.
Whoa!
And we didn't have enough money for a honeymoon, so we came to the concert,
Whoa.
right? And he sees this, and then instead of stopping, what is that song by him? Die Happy Man, right? Instead of stopping that song, because they already finished the song, he then said, all right, this is just for you guys. Grab her and dance with her. And he just played out like an acoustic version of the song. That is not planned. That is all like on a whim, this is what we're going to do. And he made them slow dance in front of the whole crowd, kind of weird. But
did they come up on stage, or
no? They were just down in the crowd.
Something?
There was a camera on them. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
But it was, I don't know. He's a crowd pleaser. It was really cool to watch him. So,
all right, what's your number?
I'm glad that's your number 4. That's a good pick.
What's your number 4?
My number 4 is Dustin Lynch. I've always liked Dustin Lynch, you know that, and I like all of his music, all of it.
Trying to think, Dustin Lynch. I know his music, but Small Town Boy.
Yeah,
I love that song.
And then the other one is Baby, you're a little mine, baby, you're a little mine.
Yeah, that's what you are.
Yeah.
Great
So that's I like
Hell of a
him
Night.
lot.
Hell of a Night's one of my favorite.
He's got a ton of good
too.
songs. Every one of his songs are like big.
I'm about to show you one hell of. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, good
so
choice.
That's my number 4.
That.
My number 3 is John Party.
I almost put him on there. I didn't put him on there.
My number 3 is John Party.
I want to see him live so
do I.
bad.
So do I.
I almost had a chance to about 2 years ago, actually. Now
he's coming back to Cincinnati this spring.
We going?
Yeah, might as well.
All right, see you there.
Probably be $50-$60 for a ticket. I'm down. I'm so down. So yeah, John Party. I just love the Southern twang. I just love it.
What's your favorite song? Do you think?
Oh man, that is
Dirt
tough.
on My Boots or Head Over Boots. Aren't those both him?
Head Over Boots. Head Over Boots.
Yeah, isn't that him?
Yeah.
And Dirt on My Boots. He just sings about boots.
I actually don't think it's either.
Yeah, he is both.
I think my favorite song by him is Night Shift.
How's that one go again? I know Heartache on the dance floor.
Working
on the night shift, baby. Yeah, I do remember that.
I love that song. Yeah. I don't know. I like all of his music.
That last album, 2016. He's due for another album.
I know, but he's so successful. He's riding this album out.
Yeah, he should drop another one.
I wouldn't mind that.
Because that last album was amazing.
All right, so what's your number 3?
Number 3, I'm going to put is Jason Aldean. Right. I really like Jason Aldean. You probably didn't expect that one from me.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Knowing the amount of times we've listened to Jason Aldean together.
I like Dirt Road Anthem, obviously Drowns the Whiskey. I really like any old Barstool. I like Night Train, Burning It Down. Like everything he puts out, I seem to like.
I have a tendency to confuse him and Blake Shelton a lot.
Really?
Yeah, so recently I was sitting there listening to Blake Shelton, and I couldn't find. I'm searching through his old albums, and I can't find any old Barstool. And I'm like, why can't I find this song? It's not here. And then I typed it in on the computer, and I went, oh my gosh, I did it again. I do that all the time. So Jason Aldean, Blake Shelton kind of go as one person to me.
I kind of see where you get that from. They have similarities.
I think they do.
In their voice.
Yeah, I do.
And style.
Yep.
So, all right, what's your number?
No. What's your number 2?
My number 2. Well, my number 2 is Eric Church.
I figured. I knew he was going to be
I can't
on that
surprise
list.
you. You know me too well.
I know you too well. You're very vocal about your country artists and who you listen to. It does not surprise me. So, and especially because I'm almost done with that video.
All right.
And then we're putting that out by the end of this week. So.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah.
I like Wrecking Ball, Desperate Man. His last album, I really liked the whole last album.
So do I. It was so different for him too. So. Talladega, baby.
Love his high-pitched voice that drives some people absolutely mad, and I love that.
Me.
Love that
I'm
it drives.
not a big fan of his
mad.
voice.
Love that.
So, all right, my number 2 is Kane Brown.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not expect that from you.
I really like Kane Brown right now, and if you told me, hey, turn on some country music,
he would be your pick.
It would be him or my number 1 as my top 2 that I would play if you said, hey, turn on some country music right now.
Yeah, Heaven grabbed me and was like, I loved his voice. And then when I saw him, I was like, first of all, I expected this guy to be like 50. I didn't expect it to be a kid when I heard his voice.
Because he's got such a deep voice. I mean, that's like old country deep voice.
Yeah, he's perfect.
The song I really like by him right now is called Good As You. It's the second song on his new album. I really like that song.
I don't know if I remember it.
So, anyways, what's your? You just told me your number 2. That was Eric Church.
Yeah, so you got to go to number 1.
All right, I'll go. I'll just let you know my number 1. I guarantee you could have predicted this one, and that is Luke Combs. I love Luke Combs. So.
I know you do. Have you seen him live? I can't remember.
No. He was last week or 2 weeks ago. I said I want him to be my number 1 person that I want to see live.
Man, I don't know him anywhere near as well as you do. I mean, I know When It Rains It Pours, Hurricane, She Got the Best of Me, Beautiful Crazy, One Number Away.
Which are the top 5 right
I know
there.
the top 5 there. I don't even I know 6. But after that, I don't know.
I don't know what his number 6 is. What's his number 6?
Must Have Never Met You.
Oh, that's a great song.
I might know that. I'm not
That
sure.
is actually probably one of my more favorite songs by him. So, I don't know. I love Luke Combs. So, all right. So, what's yours?
Zac Brown Band.
Okay.
The Zac Brown Band.
All right. And I that for the longest time that was my favorite. It's just recently I haven't really listened to them. I've been listening more to other people. So
it's impossible for me to get in the car and roll the windows down and not play. I mean, probably my number 1 song now is The Real Thing. Real Thing. I play that all the time.
See, that's kind of me with Florida Georgia Line, windows down music. Florida Georgia Line, I blare that stuff. So
Sundays, that's your song, right?
Oh, I love that song. Love that song. So, all right, well, there's our top 5 country current artists and who we currently listen to in country. So
now I just want to listen to country the rest of the day.
I would not be opposed to that. So the next segment we're going to run with is our singles. We have a lot this week.
Is that camera on?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right. So we got a lot of singles this week. Ain't no messing around anymore. I'll kick us off. So the first single, probably the most standout single, probably the most likely to become a chart hitter here, is Please Me, Cardi B and Bruno Mars.
Just hearing those names together, I'm like, this has got to be...
It's got to be good.
A great hit.
I agree. I listened to it, and I really, really, really liked the part where Cardi B sings. That was the best part, I thought.
If you are a big Bruno Mars fan and don't care about Cardi B, you will not like this song. If you are a Cardi B fan, you will love this song. That's what I think. And I'm a Cardi B fan, so I like this song.
I don't know about that, though.
I don't think that Bruno Mars fans would enjoy this.
Well, I think Bruno Mars has made a name for himself in, like, this area, in this genre. I mean, Finesse. A lot of these songs are kind of a little more...
This is no finesse.
No, it is. It definitely is.
I don't think so. I don't see it.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. Without a doubt. I totally think it is.
Finesse is way catchier than this.
Another one is Wake Up in the Sky with, what is that, Kodak Black and Gucci Mane. Like, he does a lot of these songs where, I mean, that is his style. It really is. Outside of what he puts out with the Lazy Song or Just the Way You Are, like, the majority of his stuff, 24 Karat Magic, Versace on the floor.
24 Karat Magic
all
is
of
great.
these for
Fantastic.
Versace on the floor. Like, even almost his entire last album, this song was remnants of that.
I think if Cardi B wasn't in this and it was some other person doing this part, it'd be an irrelevant song. But because it's both big artists, it's going to be a huge song.
Well, I agree with that. I totally agree.
But you disagree with the first part.
You could say that about anyone.
But you disagree with the first part that I just don't think that I like Cardi B's part if it's a Cardi B song. If I was about to go through a Bruno Mars playlist, I wouldn't want to hear this.
See, this is what I expect from a Bruno Mars playlist nowadays. That's what I expect. So,
All right.
And that just has to do with his last album, I guess, and not all of his albums, just his last one.
The next single on our list is 11 Minutes by Youngblood, Halsey, and Travis Barker.
Hold on, there's our picture for Bruno Mars. Sorry, I was not rolling through with this. And then they'll just re-announce the next one just for...
11 Minutes. It's by Youngblood, and it's is it featuring Halsey and Travis Barker, I assume?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
What did you think?
I like this song.
Me too.
The first time I heard it, I didn't really listen to, like, the words, the lyrics behind it. I more just listened to... Obviously, I see Travis Barker on it, so I listen more to the beat.
Yeah.
The second time I listened to it, I listened more to the lyrics and the singing side of it. And I actually thought Halsey and Youngblood complemented each other really well. Their voices, I mean, I don't know. I just felt
like they harmonized well?
Yeah, really well.
Exactly.
They just went well together. Agree. And I thought everything blended nicely.
I love that Travis takes the time to go on these sorts of tracks instead of sticking to exactly
just
what he does.
Just a band. Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, he made a whole basically rap album once too.
Who's that with again?
All different artists. One of them was Lil Wayne. There was tons of different artists.
Yeah.
That was his point. He just played the drums and they would rap. I think it was called Can a Drummer Get Some? I think that's what it was called.
Maybe.
I love Travis in this. I love Halsey in this. I think everybody sounds good. I like this track.
It was just a well-made track. Kind of just everything was put together nicely. Speaking of Lil Wayne, though, our next song was not Lil Wayne. It was actually something. No, well, yeah, it was. It was I don't even know you anymore. Netski, Bazzi, and Lil Wayne.
So 365 came out this week, and
oh, you're just skipping right over it. Basically, the song itself I thought was good. Lil Wayne's part.
No,
stunk.
I mean 365 was fine.
Lil Wayne's part stunk.
Yeah, it was really
Anyways,
bad.
that's
the rest of the
that's,
song was good.
The
I
rest
agree.
of the song was not bad, actually. And in fact, I really liked the bridge going into the chorus. I loved that. I thought it was well written. I was like, oh, I like the way those words went together because I never think of those words together. So I just liked it. So, anyways, yeah, 365.
It really isn't bad. I know I was joking about it, but like it's not a bad song. Check it out. 365, yes, actually did come out, even though I was joking about that too. and it's Zed and Katy Perry. Huh?
Well, Zed does a lot of songs with other people. I mean, he did a couple songs with Selena Gomez at one point. I know they were dating, but like, I'm trying to think. He uses other people in his songs. I think he's even done one with Halsey. So that doesn't surprise me that much, but just Katy Perry still trying to be relevant surprises me a bit.
She's still relevant. I mean, she's trying, but
not in a positive way. So, anyways, I like the beat of the song. I liked Zed's part of the song. Katy Perry, I don't know. It just something gets lost in translation for me with Katy Perry.
If I think of it as a Zed song, it's fallen off the path a little bit of Zed's greatness, but Katy Perry definitely doesn't help. Definitely doesn't help.
No, I totally agree with that. Totally agree.
So, but the music video might be different. We're going to cover that later.
True. Later on, we'll cover the music video, and it is a complete opposite reaction. The song, we're like, the music video we loved. So we'll talk about that later on.
The next single, is Last Hurrah by Bebe Rexha. Fire song. I loved it.
You liked it?
I loved it. It's great.
Oh, man.
Got me going.
I felt like it was very repetitive.
Isn't every song repetitive?
No,
I don't actually believe.
But this one was very. It felt that way to me.
I just thought it was a upbeat. It's a simple song, but it's like, and it does repeat, but it's like happy and gets you going. It's I don't know. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
All right. Well, if that's your type.
Okay, it's not making waves. It's not making waves this week, but it wasn't a bad song.
All right. The next song we have was Robbery by Juice WRLD.
Do you like Juice WRLD?
So, here's my thing with Juice WRLD, and this is just bad. This is bad for me to do. But he's underrated to me. Obviously not to the normal population. But when I see his name come up on a track or something, I'm like, next. Like, I just don't even hesitate. I'm just like, nah. But then every time I set
What's
my
wrong
mind
with Juice
to
WRLD?
it, I don't know, dude. I see that name and I go, nope. And every time I actually listen to him, I don't know why I do this, because every time I listen to him, I actually enjoy it a lot. So I will stop my judgment. I'll stop today. Starting today, I will start listening to him.
So Robbery.
Good song. Really like it. I thought this was really good.
Yeah, Juice WRLD always kills it.
Yeah, that's a
excellent.
popular opinion. Apparently, I have an unpopular one. So
he's in a space where he sings in a space where there's not a lot of people singing, and he's good at it. And that's one of the things that for me makes me really like him.
Plus, he speaks wisdom. It's not like he's just singing whatever.
That's true too.
He's singing true words that really resonate with the crowd he's trying to hit. I like that.
So, all right, I'll do it. The next song.
I mean, I could do it.
Yeah, you do it.
The next song is by Offset, right?
Yeah.
It's called Red Room?
Yeah.
Oh, how did I know that? I knew that just from the picture.
You just remembered.
All right, so, yeah, Red Room, Offset.
I got nothing to say.
I was not fond of the song.
Very mediocre.
Loved the music video. That's where I sit on it.
Very mediocre song.
You call out the next one.
One-Sided Love by Black Bear.
This is one of the first songs we listened to today.
Yeah. Black Bear is one that I don't know why I've just got this thing in my head, kind of like you do for Juice WRLD, where there's something negative there. Every song I hear I like, and I like this one. It's the up and coming style that's already been here for a couple, 6 months, year. Black Bear is kind of leading that sound though, I believe. and I think it sounds good. I like this song quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where you have that kind of negative outlook on Black Bear, though, just because a lot of his songs do sound kind of compartmentalized, not really
Like heart.
complete. There's it's like a piece here, a piece there. I get where you're coming from. I really do. And I don't know if that's in his beat or what, but I do hear where you're coming from.
There's like a little dark edge to him that I just can't quite figure out.
On that note, I did like this song. I like the majority of his songs, so I don't really argue much. But that being said, now that I mentioned that, there are pieces where it sounds like it's just kind of pieced together and it's not really full. When he does put a full song together, it ends up like Do, Re, Mi, and it ends up becoming huge.
Do, Re, Mi was
so
very good.
I don't know. That's where I sit on that. All right, so
this is your song, dude.
Yeah.
This is yours.
So the next song we have is by Catfish and the Bottlemen. It's their second single release for their new album, upcoming album. It's called Fluctuate. This one is. Their first one was called Long Shot. David, what did you think of the song?
I like it for the fact that it's real alternative music. And you don't get that so much these days. It's real. It's not a bunch of synthesized sounds. I didn't love it as much as you did, but I still think it's a really good song. But I also am not familiar with this band to have that background. I know you liked it, right?
Oh yeah, this is easily the song of the week for me. I'm so excited for their album. I went and saw them. I saw them in concert 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago now. Been a while. But they haven't really put out an album since then. So it's refreshing to see them making music again, and I'm super pumped about it. So, and I mean, I was telling David, their first single, Long Shot, has been easily my most played song of 2019 so far. Easily. So, I'm excited.
Which is weird because he never showed it to me. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I know.
But I've never heard of these guys. I mean, you couldn't believe that I hadn't, but I don't know a single song.
I couldn't. Not even Kathleen. And, that is their huge song.
I liked it. I'm going to check them out afterwards for sure.
So, anyways, yep, Catfish and the Bottlemen, Fluctuate. Easily my favorite song this week.
Our next single is Raise a Man by Alicia Keys, the legend, the big, one of the most notable musicians of our time, and yet
she also spoke for the Grammys, right? She was the
spoke
host.
for the Grammys. She's part of The Voice. She's
she was the host for
all
the Grammys,
over the
though.
place in relevancy, but this song
I want to be honest,
was not good.
She seemed weird at the Grammys. Really weird.
She acted completely different than her persona for The Voice.
Yeah.
Completely different. And I don't know which one's
weird.
real.
Anyways, this song wasn't bad. It was very repetitive. Once again, I'm using that word. I feel bad, but this song was really repetitive. And for 7 minutes, you don't produce a song for 7 minutes that doesn't really have a change. It needs to have some type of a change. And it was one consistent beat and one consistent piano roll the entire time.
The most aggravating part was the bass line. I mean, the piano you can repeat, and that's kind of common, but the bass line just kept repeating the same thing over and over again. But I'm sure to somebody this is fantastic. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, maybe it's just not our thing. I don't know.
Because I know that she knows what she's doing. That's the reason that I think that somebody probably likes this.
All right, so our next single is by John Legend. What is it called, David?
Preach.
I liked it a lot. I had a brief conversation before the podcast here, and we both agreed. John Legend. You see his name on a track, not really on a track, but on his own personal track. It's going to be a good song.
Yeah.
He doesn't produce crap. He produces quality content.
There's artists like Lil Wayne that jump on everything
they
possibly
care more
hear
about quantity. John Legend, there's artists like him that really, really want quality.
Right.
So I really like this song as well. I don't know.
Quality. It's got beautiful chorus in the background.
Yeah, it sounds like a symphony.
It sounds kind of like he's at a,
In a
preaching
church.
at a
Exactly.
church. Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's great. He's so good at singing. And he hasn't released anything for a while now, so I'm interested to see where this goes.
Me too. I am as well.
Next one is That's How Strong Our Love Is by Bryan Adams featuring Jennifer Lopez. If you are like a terrible millennial or Gen Z like Sammy and I, we actually had to look up who Bryan Adams was. He does.
And then the very first song we found was Summer of '69, and we knew exactly who it was.
So he does several songs that I guarantee you know that are fantastic.
Exactly. Older guy, obviously.
What did you think?
But so is J-Lo. So.
What did you think of this mix between these two?
I
artists?
really liked this. It was different because it wasn't rock. It wasn't his genre. It wasn't pop, Latina pop, her genre. And I loved that. They just kind of met halfway. And I don't know. I thought it was really cool. I liked it a lot. And I thought his voice was great in this song. It was so different. Good for a change. And it didn't sound like it was made in the 70s, 80s. It sounded like it was made yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. It was released yesterday.
Was. I totally agree. Fantastic song.
So, yeah.
Good mix of people. I don't know. It's something different this week. I was really into it.
Yep. Sorry, I'm not paying attention here. Next song. I don't know what that is. I'm looking at the album cover. It is Carmel by Lloyd featuring City Girls. I've got nothing to say about this. I skipped through it. I personally did.
Yeah, we didn't spend too much time on this. Lloyd, what's the last thing Lloyd came out with?
I don't know. That's the thing. It's been a hot second.
So, all right. Well, we'll skip right over that.
All right.
Ring the Alarm by Nicky Romero featuring David Guetta.
Yes, I did not like this song.
Yeah, it was really bad.
And maybe, David Guetta can produce a fantastic beat. The issue is Nicky Romero, not so much.
I don't think so. I don't think David
know.
Guetta saved any of this and made it better.
No, he couldn't.
I don't know.
I don't know. It was not good.
It was
not
bad.
Good. Do not recommend this one this week.
Yeah.
All right, the next song was Mushroom Chocolate with Black and Quinn.
What a fantastic name for a song. Do you think they were doing shrooms?
I wouldn't put it past them. I will say I actually enjoyed this song. I liked her part a lot more than his, but I liked this song a lot.
I did too. I was surprised. I'm not familiar with Quinn at all, actually, and he's a pretty small artist. Quinn is a her.
Yeah.
Just looking her up, she's a very not well-known artist for the most part, and not to be confused with Quinn XCII, who we'll talk about later. But yeah, good song. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I'd bump it. Bump bump. Next one is Think About You, Kygo, featuring Valley Brossard. And it was fine.
Typical Kygo song. Tropical beat.
Maybe even below a typical Kygo song.
Yeah, it never picks up. That's where I was going to go with it. It was good, tropical beat kind of a thing, but never really picks up like other Kygo songs. So that's kind of where I sat on that one. And then the next one is our Elvis All-Star Tribute. This was easily my number 2, almost my number 1 this week.
This might even be my number 1 just because it's the most interesting.
It's called If I Can Dream. That's an old Elvis Presley song. Everybody may know it, maybe not. I don't know. I know it. And it's with Elvis Presley, obviously. And then here are your features in the song. This is done live, I think, at some point. But here's your features. You got Post Malone. You have Shawn Mendes. You have Darius Rucker. You have Blake Shelton. And you have Carrie Underwood.
Jesus.
What a lineup.
That's incredible.
And it was so good. Even Carrie Underwood's voice was amazing to start this song off.
One of my favorite parts is you pointed out to me, you said, "Did you hear Post Malone in that?" And I go, "I don't know if I did."
So I went back to the part.
And then you play it, and there's no autotune. Post Malone can actually sing, and he can sing well. And
yep.
I couldn't believe that was him. I like his voice without autotune.
Yep.
So
yeah, I love this song. I'm gonna listen.
This is one of those songs where I feel like you just take everyone in the room you're with and you all put hands on each other's shoulders and rock back and forth.
Yeah, well, hey, that's good for a tribute song then, I guess. They did the good thing.
They did a good thing.
All right, so then the last one we have is Wild Heart by Somo, and the picture didn't show up. I apologize. No picture for this album. It was a nice picture, too. Somo without a shirt on, standing in front of the camera. It was a good picture. I don't know why it's not showing up. So,
well,
anyways,
that's all right.
Yeah, so I like this song.
I did, too.
I
like Somo.
I like the beat. I like Somo.
He's kind of fallen off of my radar for the past 2-3 years.
Isn't that funny? Because he popped on my radar within the past 5 months.
Really?
I didn't even know about the guy until like 5 months ago. So I like it.
I was happy with it. It's good. He's coming back. Now we're going to jump.
You all right? You okay?
I'm good. I'm sorry. I'm just too excited. Now we are going to jump into this week's albums. The first one that we are going to talk about is the one that is going to make us the happiest, and maybe that's not true, but it's going to make me happy and Sammy happy, which is called Can't Say I Ain't Country by
Florida Georgia Line. I like this album a lot, and I haven't listened to Florida Georgia Line in quite some time. I'm putting it up. Hold on. Oh, that's not the first one. Okay, well, now it is now. Apparently.
Oops.
You switched it up on me.
Oops.
Just saying. All right.
We were just listening to them, so.
Yeah, we're all good. So, yeah. I really like this album, and I haven't listened to Florida Georgia Line in quite some time. So it feels really good to hear something refreshing from them, but sticking to their roots. I love it. I love it. The fact that they even call the album Can't Say I Ain't Country, and everybody's like, nah, they're not country. They're pop. Feels good. Feels good. What did you think?
I mean, I don't care. First of all, I'll just say they have these little like skits in between where they got some really country guy calling in, brother Jervil. I'm guessing it's one of their brothers, maybe. There's no need for that, in my opinion, but it does make it more country if that's what their goal is.
I don't know. I kind of like that. I mean, like, everybody's doing that nowadays.
Yeah.
With the phone call, in between songs.
Kind of just takes me out of the album a little bit, though. I'm not going to lie. But the rest of it, I love the song Can't Say I Ain't Country. I've always loved Simple. Women, we already discussed how we like that in the past. And those are just some of, like, the singles. But something about them is just so uplifting that makes you just want to go just
they're
anywhere.
So catchy.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I see it is I never got myself a pair of country boots until I listened to these guys, and I went, I got to go out and get myself a pair. So, and then one of my favorite songs on the album is Like You Never Had It. I love that song. Love that song.
Oh, we both agree on
that.
And
what's funny was when I said that initially when we were listening, you go, really? You like this one? And I was like, yeah, this is easily probably my favorite song. You were surprised.
I couldn't believe it, and it's we had different reasons that we liked it, is why. You liked the lyrics. That was part of it, right? And maybe the beat to it. I just love the sound that they have, and you
like that heavy
They only
guitar.
do this sometimes. Not heavy necessarily, but the deep
deep.
really
Yeah.
bassy, rounded guitar sound that just grabs my heart and is like, vibrate with it.
Resonate with
Resonate. Probably the same feeling that metalheads get when they hear like all the bass and stuff, but for some reason, Florida Georgia Line seems to do that to me, even though it's like a country song. It's weird.
I'm going to be honest. They just put me in a happy mood. I never get pumped up by their music unless I'm like going out into the country or something. But they are my roll the windows down and cruise. And this album is perfect for that. And I'm excited to do that now.
That's how I listened to it too. I rolled the windows down and
I'm so excited for
took
that.
it as it was.
So yeah, anyways, this is I was just telling David right before we pressed record here. I said, it's kind of weird. I'm going to find myself listening to Florida Georgia Line for the next 5 or 6 months now because they came out with a new album and I love it.
Yeah, I got nothing else to say. Great album. As always.
All right, what's our next album, David?
I'm going to go back to what our number 1 was on here, which is Dinner and Diatribes.
Oh, I'm all over the place. There we are.
By Hosier.
Got it. I got it.
And this is actually an EP.
Yeah, it's an EP. It's only like 5 songs. Not long. What'd you think? I mean, it's Hosier.
I don't
know. I shouldn't be saying that.
This is a tough one for me.
I shouldn't be saying
and
that.
I don't know why, because I know it's musically sound. It's put together well. He's good at singing. And for some reason, I just can't bring myself to want to listen to it ever again.
What kind of a genre is he classified as? Do you know?
It's actually a genre.
I'm going to kill you.
I don't know. It doesn't say on here.
Nobody take that to the police. Don't worry. I don't know. I'm curious as to what like they classify him as, because although he has come up as, kind of with Take Me to Church, kind of like a soulful, what would you say, like alternative, right? But I don't know if I would classify him as that. I would classify him as something like, I don't know, like gospel. I mean,
no, I think alternative probably fits him. He does have those gospel vibes, but not always. I mean, Take Me to Church does. Some of the songs.
Yeah, but don't take the word gospel literally. I'm saying like it's like that soul, like just singing. It's almost like a folk, but with lyrics.
All right, here you go. This is what Wikipedia, the official website, says. Indie rock, soul, blues, folk, R&B, and blues rock.
It was pretty darn good.
You were pretty good.
All right, so that's kind of the vibes I get from him, and I don't mind like folk music, but I don't really like his. And I thought the best song on this EP was called Almost Sweet Music. It was also I believe the single from the EP. I just felt like this was his fastest pace, like this was as fast as it gets for him. I'm trying to find the correct word.
Yeah,
this is as fast as it gets for him, and I didn't mind that too much.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even mind Dinner and Diatribes, the song. Not bad. I don't know what a diatribe is. Maybe that's just ignorance, but yeah, it's not bad, but I'm not a fan. I'll put it that way. I like that he actually uses instruments. We'll jump on to the next one here, which is probably one of the better albums. I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to jump into it. From Michigan with Love.
You're going to that one. Okay.
It's the next one on our list.
No, it wasn't.
Really? All right. Well,
definitely wasn't. Go to the list. Are you kidding me?
I'm on the list. Dinner and Diatribes, and then it goes From Michigan with Love.
I have them out of order. All right. You're all right. Just go.
And this is by Quinn XCII. So quick background for Sammy and I. We've seen him live in Daytona. we've kind of followed him for a little bit, so we know we are already kind of set fans for that reason. This doesn't even show up if you look at the top charts website for official releases, so maybe you haven't heard of him. But if you like John Bellion,
Although he is on the official releases for Spotify, they have him on there.
which
Okay,
is
sorry.
which is
Go
no
ahead.
no that's important. What do you think? Do you like this album?
I love this album. I loved kind of the slower vibes it gave. A lot of more of a love songs. He's more about breakup songs to me. Like that's what I think about. When you say, "Oh, I listened to Quinn today," I think about something where it's specifically the lyrics have to do with breaking up with a girl or she's psychotic or whatever.
Yeah.
This was the first song or this is the first album where it was a different take. It was like all about love. Weird. I loved it though. I loved it, and it was just a good. I don't know. For me, obviously, I like Quinn. He's an artist that just kind of has resonated with me. I've always liked his style of play. And even outside of the singles, I liked the album. So the songs that really that weren't pre-released, I enjoyed.
Yeah, one of the things that's a little different here as well is he steered away from a little bit of that tropical reggae sound a little more. There's a little less of that than there was in his previous albums.
Yeah, the only real song that I felt like that tropical tune came out in was Sad Still.
Yeah, it did.
Because it's
yeah.
got that dun dun
dun
dun. Yeah.
dun dun. And
Yeah.
I like that sound. It almost sounds like the Shape of You sound. Like dun,
Oh yeah, but that definitely, if there was like one song that had that tropical beat, it was that. But everything else, I agree, it was more
serious too.
just
Yeah.
kind of slower, and I
But
like that.
still, you could sit down, relax, and listen to this and feel at peace.
Yeah, it's just definitely like an emotional mood album. You listen to this if you're in a type of mood.
And he's fantastic at mastering all of his sounds together to hit the whole spectrum. It's hard not to like. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. I'm sure.
Although
I'm
I will say,
biased.
initially you told me, not a fan. So
No, I didn't say not a fan. I said I didn't really hear it too much.
okay,
I
right.
was listening to it under bad circumstances. And there's I like Another Day in Paradise and Bootlegger because they make me go like, woo! None of these songs make me do that.
Okay, yeah, I mean I get that. Maybe the more you listen to it, the more there are gonna be songs like that, though. I don't know. I don't know, cause like we just said, it is slower. I don't know yet though. One of them may pop out like that. Oh no. No, we're good. We're good. All good. Figured it out. No. All right, we're back. The last album we have, I don't know how that happened. The last album
Who
we have
knows?
is Avril Lavigne's album that was released today as well, and it is called Head Above Water. David, you said you really liked this album. You almost called it your album of the week.
I was shocked.
You still standing by that?
I was shocked, and I think I might. Expectations for this were low because I don't know her well. I don't know hardly anything about her. I mean, Complicated. I know the song Complicated.
Skater Boy.
I can't think of what Skater Boy is right now. So,
No. Yes, you know.
all right, sing the
it.
refrain.
You
I want to
know
hear it. Let's hear it.
She was a skater boy. I don't even know the lyrics. I just know the way this song goes.
Anyways, I was shocked that like almost all these songs were really good. My least favorite is probably one of the most popular, just because it has Nicki Minaj in it, and that's called "Dumb Blonde."
Yeah, I didn't like that song either when I heard it, because I remember hearing it. That's actually the first song I heard from the album. I thought that was a single. And then David goes, "Yo, did you hear the album?" I go, no, I haven't listened to it yet. I thought it was only a single. So my favorite song on the album is "I Fell in Love with the Devil." I don't think I like this album nearly as much as you, but if there was one song that I would listen to more than one time for the podcast, it would be that song. I really like that song.
I did too. It was pretty good. I really like "Tell Me It's Over" as well. I think that was up there. I believe that was a single though. I liked one that just stood out to me was "Bigger Wow." It was kind of a different song compared to the rest of the ones on this album. It just was like most of the songs I was like, wow, but this one I was like, wow. It was a little bit of a bigger wow.
That's kind of how I felt with a little bit of a bigger wow. Okay, that's how I felt with "I Fell in Love with the Devil." Though I felt like her voice stuck with it. I don't know.
Kind of like her album art too. It's not bad. It's interesting.
It's different. All right, so that kind of does it for our albums this week. Another album that was released was Swimmer's new album, but we're not doing a review on that because they're an up-and-coming band, and we don't know much about them, and we didn't listen to it. So enjoy. So the next thing on our list to do this week is music videos. There's a few this week. I'll kick us off. So
okay.
The first one we're going to cover is Juice WRLD, Robbery.
Is this the one where it pans to the side, kind of like the one we saw last week?
No.
Which one was this? Is this the one where he sets the place on fire?
Yes, this is the wedding with the fire. So, yeah, so basically it's about him getting robbed and he wants the girl. That's basically what it is. And it's really, actually, I really like this music video because I don't know, it didn't appear as if those were effects. It could have been, and those were really well done then. But I think those trees were actually on fire throughout the entire music video.
I thought they were too until I saw him light the camera on fire and the cameraman.
Yeah! And even that looked real.
It looked really real.
Unbelievable, dude. So I really liked the effects of this music video. I thought that was sick.
Yeah, I don't know if that was real or not, but when he lit the camera guy on fire, I was like, oh!
I agree, though. That was I thought that was really cool. And then I kind of liked the story behind it. It really wasn't like the main focus of the music video. The main focus of the music video is just Juice WRLD singing around fire, right?
Yeah.
I liked it though. I did. I actually did enjoy this music video.
I don't know much else to say except we've got 2 this week that are about weddings. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, kind of interesting. All right, so the next music video we have is 365 by Katy Perry and Zedd. Whoa, there it is.
Music video of the week.
Oh, easily. So
even though we said the song was terrible earlier.
Yeah. The song, blech. Music video, I'd say music video of the week as well.
All right, this is how it starts off. Zedd's in like an operating room. And they've got these all sorts of things stuck to his brain, so they're like reading his brain like a lie detector test or like to see what he's thinking. And they ask him a series of questions like what was the first question? Do you remember?
I only know what the last question was.
It was a very like difficult question that I didn't expect him to have the answer to, and he answers it really well, and I was like, all right. And then they ask him
at the end of this
what
test,
is the definition?
Do you feel like you'll be
Well, then they ask him what is the definition of love, and he looks up and thinks, and then the song starts. I really like that. That's cool to me.
I liked the whole storyline behind it. It reminded me of a movie. The movie is called Ex Machina. You said you haven't seen it. Basically, the robot ends up taking over in the end. I really like that. And obviously, as you guys can see, if for people that are watching us, the thing says obsession with a question mark because the robot gets obsessed.
That was one of the first questions. Define obsession.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I just liked that the robot, obviously, in the end, you see the robot actually has emotion. It didn't the entire time until the very end.
Yeah.
And then
When
it
he's looking
sheds
back,
a tear.
and every time he looks back.
Wait, he?
Every time Zed looks back, the robot is, will like close its eyes like it's not staring at him.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But it also never shows emotion. At one point, it shows she's like trying to shed a tear and can't until they put her out, and then she sees all the other robots.
Yeah.
And then she sheds her tear.
I like that.
I like that a lot. Anyways, yeah, the music video itself was really well done. The whole robot taking over. It's an ex machina.
Creepy. Katy Perry did a fantastic job of acting.
Oh
that
yeah.
out.
Well, she is creepy, so fits her well.
All she had to do was cut her hair, and then it was over.
But yeah, this is very ex machina-esque. I wish you've seen that, because then you would be able to know what I mean. You need to go and watch that now, and you'd be like, oh, that's the same thing.
I will.
So, yeah.
The next video on our list is by Offset, and it is called Red Room. We already covered the song and said it was absolute trash and garbage, and throw it out the window. Put it in one of those things that you, like, you have a skyscraper that you're trying to build, and you're going to throw the garbage down the chute, and it goes dong, dong, dong. Throw the song there. The music video is the one where...
This is the one that pans.
And we had one like this last week. Who was that by
It was a
again?
lot. 21 Savage, a lot. And J. Cole.
That's right, yeah.
So, yeah, you know, I actually really liked this music video, and I loved the red contrast. Oh, I loved it. The whole candles kind of looking like they're summoning something or some type of ceremony. It was cool. That was cool. And then, like you said, it pans, and it goes over, like, you know, a wooden panel, and then it cuts to something, or, you know, it goes into something else. I like that. And the reason I like this music video and the way it did it more
than 21 Savage's
is because it wasn't as fast. I liked 21 Savage's for the story and kind of showing, you know, the differences between everyday life and what's going on behind closed doors versus this where the story wasn't as important, but it was better paced.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why I really like this music video. This was probably number 2 for me this week. So, which is funny because the song, but
I mean, this music video, I'm sure the guy that made it was very upset that the 21 Savage video came out last week. When he saw that, he probably went, "That's so close to what we did." But it is different. It is different. So.
But all right, so the next music video we have is Controlla by Britiago, Anuel AA.
This was an interesting video, actually. For some reason, I'm a sucker for videos filmed in an arcade setting.
I know you are.
Beyond that...
You were for the Imagine Dragons one, too.
Yeah, that one was so cool to me when they made it look like a Pac-Man set with all the arcade games.
Too. I was just so mad
you didn't like this one?
Beat the game. And, like, I get where they were going. You know, I get they couldn't beat the game without it getting a little...
freakish.
Yeah. But it just would have been cool to see them, like, you won or something like that, and then it cuts.
And instead it was game over again.
Yep, they couldn't win. Anyways, I like this music video, though.
It was different. In a good way. It was different. They were basically playing video games that were
real life.
Real life girls.
Yeah.
It's a weird concept, but it panned out interestingly in a music video.
It did. It really did. I don't know. It's a bummer. It's a bummer that they couldn't win. That's all.
The next one on our list is very interesting. It's so interesting. And as soon as I saw the cover for it, I thought, this is gonna be a flop. I
Yeah,
even said something
you
like
straight
that.
up were like, "Oh, this is gonna suck," and then
Yeah,
you press play, and I
because
go,
we've
just,
seen some like this
just
before,
give it hope.
and it's called "You and Us," and this is by Quinn XCII, and it's all some sort of artist. It said at the beginning.
Oh, I didn't even see the artist.
It said the artist's name. I didn't check it
Okay.
out. Beautiful sketches with very, like, I don't know what you call that type of art where you have a bunch of different lines and that makes a full picture.
Cross-hatching.
And I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
It is. I mean, that's it.
I take that. Yeah, I'm sure that's right. So it, and you even said this, but somehow this video was able to piece these lines that make characters without faces to make you feel for them. Like, there was at least one point in the song where they have sort of a breakup moment, and he's like holding her in his arms, and then she disappears, and I was like, oh no. But
that happened with me with the car accident. I was like, oh, now wonder why she was standing in front of the grave. And like, I got sad and I felt bad. I like, these characters don't even have faces, and I felt bad in the music video. And and like I said to you, David, a lot of it has to do with the song. The song really helps this.
I don't know, but right before I totally agree, but right before they had done any hugging, they were like kept looking at each other, and they'd give her a flower, and the flower would disappear and stuff. And I was like, hug her already, do it. and it finally happened. But
I liked this music video a lot. It was good.
What are you, 21 Savage? Do you like this? How much do you like this music video?
A lot.
How many times would you listen to this song?
A lot. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. And I just like you said, I found it's very interesting when you can always tell when you and I like a music video versus when you and I don't care at all.
Dead silent.
We get dead silent and we're just staring at the screen versus when we don't like it, we're either making comments about
Or
it,
we look at each
or
other.
we look at each other like, can we go to the next one now? So this really, and I noticed that while we were watching this, I went,
not a word.
And
I didn't have a thought other than the video.
well, it was so funny too when you were like, oh, this is gonna suck. So I was waiting for you to say something the entire time. Silence. We watched the whole thing, and I was
totally
stunned
proved me wrong.
that they could build a relationship with these characters when there obviously wasn't anybody there.
I still love you. Fora.
Awful music video. They put like a water filter up top. So what they did was they basically had a something full of water above with a light shining down.
That's what it looked like to me.
That's exactly what they had, and then they were just dancing under this light. It was awful. Well, they weren't even dancing. They were just singing. No dancing. It was just singing. Awful music.
What they should have done is got in contact with whoever did Aquaman. They've got the people underwater and their hair. So like they talk and there's no bubbles and they look dry, but their hair moves around like it's underwater. And
but
it
that's
doesn't
a
look
lot of
CG.
money.
No, but it's so I can't even fathom how even with a lot of money you pull that off. It looks incredible to me.
All right, that's all I had to say about this one. So the next one is Marshmello. It is called Biba, and it's featuring Shirley Seta and Saruk. I actually enjoyed this. Obviously, I'm a sucker for Marshmello music videos. I found it funny. We both thought the same thing, though, during this music video. We both thought he could have a stunt double all the time, and we wouldn't notice.
Dude, he might have never performed a concert. The guy who makes the songs.
The guy who makes the songs.
Maybe never.
He may not even show up to the music video things. How would you know?
There might not even be a guy that makes songs. Maybe it's like 100 people. and they just keep trading the hat around, the mask around.
Anyways, I just found that interesting that you and I thought the same thing. But I will say, he does have a Spotify account under his actual name, and it's really bad music. So you could be right.
Who does? Who has bad music?
Marshmello. Marshmello has a Spotify account under his actual name. And
what's his name?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Ben something.
Somebody told me that he has an actual. I've
Really?
never looked it up, but I heard that it was really bad music. It's basically all his dubstep stuff.
Yeah, I've found out who he actually is before. And I don't really want to know.
I kind of like it like that.
I started to figure it out because I saw an article, and then I went, you know what? I'm not going to read the rest of this because I don't want to know anything else.
Yeah, exactly. So, other than that,
it was
music
fine.
video.
It was fine.
Mean, yeah,
it was probably one of my least favorite
they were just
Marshmello
dancing,
videos I've seen since we've been doing this podcast.
They were just dancing.
No good story.
Yep.
The next one on the list is "Se estuviésemos juntos." I'm sorry if you
That was a
speak.
mouthful. You want to repeat again?
"Se estuviésemos juntos." I'm sorry if you speak Spanish, and maybe I'm not sorry. Maybe that was humorous. By Bad Bunny. He is a weird-looking guy.
It's si estuviésemos juntos.
That's what I said. It's exactly what I said.
All right.
This is our
I
second
agree with you though.
wedding video of the week that we
Weird-
just mentioned.
Weird looking guy. But I don't know. I wasn't even a fan of the music video, to be honest with you. It's just kind of like, blech. You could sit him in front of a poodle and a white picket fence, and apparently they call that a music video these days.
I guess I agree. I'm just trying to figure out why, and I guess it's that
There was no talent. There was no talent behind the
nothing
video.
really happened. It's about a wedding and a girl, and then the girl was.
It's about the story.
The only thing
I
that I
get
like,
that.
the
It's
only
about the
thing I
story.
liked is that at the very end, there's an old man who is supposed to be Bad Bunny, looking at a Polaroid picture
From the wedding.
I was thinking of the is that Outcast that's like shake it like a Polaroid?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, come on. Hey Now? Who does Hey Now?
That's Outcast.
Yeah. You don't know the part of the song where they say, "Now shake it, shake it, shake it."
Yeah,
Like
they
a
don't say
Polaroid.
Polaroid.
Yeah.
What? I've never heard that.
Oh, let me look that up.
No. You're fine. I just hear shake it, shake it, shake it.
You know what to do. Yeah, it's that song. They say shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Interesting. I've never heard that. So.
Anyways, wow, we got off topic. Old man, Bad Bunny, sees a Polaroid picture of the past and he's reminiscing. It's
All right.
It's the first time it's ever happened in a music video where someone's been thinking about the past.
Really.
First one.
First one ever.
Yeah.
The next one we have is, we'll say it ain't so. Weezer. it's Weezer, and it's Take On Me.
Is that you like that album?
Awful.
So the song, we didn't care for the album collectively. I wanted to put this in here because I liked the feel of it. I don't know why. Maybe I'm falling right into their nostalgia pit of doom. But I like that they film it. I can just picture myself as this kid having this band in like grade school and going into a room and recording with a bad camera from the 90s or whatever it is, and mom's gone, now we can jam. I just like it. It makes me happy. You got nothing to say? It also has got some sketches that he does that are drawn out as him that are a little bit interesting, as shown up here. And I liked that as well. I think the
The
video
kid reminded me of the kid from Stranger Things. That's all I need to say, though. It was awful.
Exactly like him.
I didn't like the music video, but the kid looks just like the kid from Stranger Things with a mullet.
So the last music video we have is Close Friends, Lil Baby featuring Gunna.
It had so much potential. The song is great. I like the song a lot. The music video had so much potential. When you put an Eiffel Tower in the background or a random shot of an Eiffel Tower in your music video, it's abroad. It has a little more potential, and then you just sit them at a table. And she smells a rose 3-4 times.
It felt like this video was made by a photographer rather than a videographer. Because there was like...
Oh, that's an interesting take. I kind of like that, though. You say that. I also don't think they were ever there in Paris. That was a green screen.
I don't know about that. I didn't get that vibe, but
I totally got that vibe. That's what ticked me off because it had potential. If they were actually there, this could have been amazing. I don't know. That's where I sat on it.
I didn't notice that.
But yeah, it's funny because that's the only reason I watched this music video earlier on in the week is because I saw the Eiffel Tower on the shot and I went, "This is going to be great."
Yeah, it looked really cool, but it was fine.
That does it for our music videos this week. So what you guys just heard a little bit of is one of the songs that I recommended David to listen to. It was called Bang Pop, Free Energy. And then the other one that I recommended him to listen to, I actually gave him two. And the other one was Free Energy by Free Energy. Both same album, 2 songs apart. They're kind of a no-name band, and they're not technically a band anymore. They still, the lead singer still makes music, things like that, but not really well known. They shot themselves in the foot when they were a real band. So, what did you think, David?
Well, I mean, first of all, I think they are a name band, and I think their name is Free Energy.
Yeah, well.
Second thing I think is that Free Energy, the song, is better than Bang Pop, the song. That being said, I like Bang Pop. I like Bang Pop and Free Energy. I like the band in general. You're going to hate this. I feel like some of his style is similar to Weezer. And I don't think you're going to like that. But I think there's a couple things that I think of, like the song Buddy Holly reminds me a bit of this style. It just does. I really like the guitar solo in Free Energy. There's not any sort of improvised instrumentals in Bang Pop, and I'm a big fan of those. Free Energy just has really good vibes the whole time. Their singing style, like I said, reminds me a little bit of Weezer, but I like that. And I don't know. I'll have to check these guys out. I mean, I liked both of them. I'm
glad you enjoyed it, David.
Very upset.
Next time, though, don't compare them to a band that I don't like.
But Weezer, you do. You like Say It Ain't So. You probably like Buddy Holly.
Weezer is not bad. They're not bad. It's just they're a sellout. They're a sellout band. That's what they are. They're a sellout band.
But if you played this to me and said, which band is this, I'd go, I think that's Weezer, right?
No, see, I don't get that vibe.
They're different. They are different. But that's the closest comparison of bands that I know that I can think of.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I don't really compare them to Weezer, but I do compare them to like kind of that rock period, but not Weezer specifically.
Pick a band then. Do you have a band you could compare them to?
You know, the band that sticks out to me, it's a less grungier version of Nirvana. A very less grungier version, but that's what it reminds me of.
Okay,
you have to take out the grunge.
I get that with the.
And then think
I get that if you get rid of the grunge a little bit, change the vocals, you have to change the vocals a bit too, and then
I disagree
see it,
there.
though.
I think the vocals pretty much, if they remain the same, put a little more grunge in there, it's Nirvana. When you say, "Nah, I was super messed up," I mean, it's already done in the same type of pace Nirvana would have
Yeah.
done it in.
Yeah.
You put Kurt Cobain on that, and "Nah, I was super messed up, straight from the galaxy." I don't know. I think it would work, and that's kind of what I actually think of.
Million
But-
times more exciting than the Foo Fighters.
No.
I'm actually gonna next episode. I'm gonna actually write something up about the Foo Fighters.
I will say, speaking of the Foo Fighters, we got a little bit of news about the Foo Fighters this week. Dave Grohl said something about Billie Eilish.
Is it Eilish or Eilish?
It doesn't matter.
Is it like an eyelash? Billie Eyelash?
I don't know, but what's important is he basically said she's pretty hype. I kind of like that.
Not only that, but he said, I see a lot of me in her. Like, I see Nirvana in
You know, he
her.
took he took a lot of backlash for that, and then he had to backtrack to his Twitter and basically go on there and say, "That's not what I meant. I meant she has a style that cannot be assigned, and she's making a movement like Nirvana did."
Yeah.
He had to backtrack because all of his fans started hating on him,
And part of his main point, I think, was that rock isn't dead.
which is good to hear.
I like it.
So, anyways, I'm glad you enjoyed the music video or the music that I recommended. Do you have a song for me this week?
Have you ever heard of Christian French?
Nope.
There's a song called By Myself by Christian French that I would like to recommend to you.
All right, By Myself by Kristen French. I will listen to it for next week.
All right. Sounds good. And that concludes the Sunken Submarine podcast for week 5
Feels
of
good.
season 2.
Feels good. We've been doing this for a long time.
So next week, we're actually going to be trying to change things up a little bit, potentially by this may be next week or the following weeks, by bringing in some band members or full bands from the local Dayton area to interview with and
promote.
See what's up, promote
Talk.
them. I mean,
Talk about the whole experience, what it's like performing and
yeah,
everything.
there's a lot of really cool people that are on this campus and in this city and anybody. We just want to promote them, talk to them, have a good time, relax, chill, etc.
So, yeah, definitely tune in for the next couple of weeks. And then, obviously, follow us on our social media. We have a Facebook. We just kicked off our Instagram. Now we got a YouTube. I mean, we're running places. So
We're moving,
flying.
flying.
Anyways, R.I.P. our legend, John Lennon.
R.I.P. John.
Another episode without him. Another episode lonely.
R.I.P. Johnny.